Good afternoon. My name is Lady Joana Romero Castillo. This is my presentation about that reflection and future improvements as a teacher. Now as a student, in the future as a teacher. I want to share an innovative pedagogical solution. I remember for me was important. Now is important. Everything I learned in my process as a student in the pedagogical practice. Why? I have different challenges because I have the opportunity to share that the students face to face the online classroom. I learned a lot of in this case because face to face I have good close up with my students. It's different the experience. In the online classroom, different age in my students. Not only because of the time I was sharing the class. No, because create material, create activities, because the idea was that the students all the time focus in the process of learning. I use positive experience for them. Why? Because apply different activities, different dynamics. For example, I remember in some class, I did the class about the prepositional place. I remember in this case, the students participate an individual. For example, the students in that specific moment in the classroom participates produce your own knowledge. For example, in front, behind, next. Okay. I like that the class because the student had opportunity to be in my class. That central actor. In general was good experience for me. And different class not participate my students. I feel bad, but I think it's necessary happen that some things because you all the time learning. Depending on process good or bad, all the time learning. In this case applied assessment, adaptive learning, audiovisual activities, different tools, Educa Play, Canva for create my expositions, Genially, Worldwide Living Worksheet, and others activities or dynamics apply for my students in my class. It's important. I understand it's important. Strategies to solve problems because, in fact, different occasions happen that situation the student don't understand. The student, no, I understand. negative point in the class, express. Solve problems is important that communication. I learning also that. Future improvements. Future improvements I consider is important have in account UDL in pedagogical practice. Why? In this case, as a teacher, I understand it's important investigation all the time because you create and complete information and complete content. Not only that, it's important because you can apply excellent resources. And finally, as results, you have interesting knowledge for your students. That learning is security in general. Also, is important the evaluation because your knowledge, weakness, you knowledge, you know that progress and the process of your students, not only growth, also individual. And finally, reinforcement. UDL have principles as participation. As I said before, I said an example about that. Multiple means of representation. Oh, in this case, I want to highlight about that action and expression because in this case it's important as a teacher not only observe as produce the teaching. The idea is observe all the time the students because that communicate between two persons not only is speaking all the time, also action and expression or emotion in this case because remember in this case through observation I can tell that students is confused, frustrated, distracted, maybe. In the future, improvements, some innovative methods in teaching is important because promote research, discover new things, new challenge, not only as a teacher, also in the class for the students. And approach a problem, no. Information clear, help the students, as I said before, check students also. In this case, I want to highlight also that the word innovation, because in this case it's important use technology resources, publish and share information, in this case in the online class, you share with the students not only one, two, different people, different country, in the real time, and to share information, to share opinion, is correct, not correct, why, what do you think about that? Okay, anyway, other point is facilitate communication, exchange information, and finally allow activity tracking. I was investigating about the learning strategies for modern pedagogical. In this case, it's important active learning. Why? Because here there are different steps of the teacher with most clear and in our process. No, for example, crossover learning, no, embodied learning, analytic of emotion. In this case, I said if the student feel good or bad in the classroom when receive the learning or teaching. Allow that the student can participate in argumentation, represent your clarity information, your clarity opinion. Computational learning, incidental learning. In this case, refer on learning in different aulas, not only in the classroom, maybe in your own knowledge, in your house, I don't know. Learning incidental, no organize, no planificate with the teacher. Incidental, that happened in that moment, that person shared content, shared communication about the specific something. Everything process finally after learning, not only in the student. I consider also in the teacher. Benefit of innovative teaching methods. In this case, I have 6 steps encoded in quality, knowledge, adapt interpersonal skills, check the students, improve self-assessments, and living of the classroom. This is my presentation. Thank you.